So, when you would, if you had to put your finger on what's fueling the entire situation, you would say it is actually the internal conflict between, let's call it, east and west of Ukraine, or is it the Ukrainians and the Russian-speaking Ukrainians?
Sometimes, but there are two long historical concentrations called Galicia in the west and Malorossia, which refers to the left bank, Ukraine, and Galicia to the four westernmost regions. It doesn't always include Volhynia, but sometimes it does. So those two regions of the country have different histories. They belonged for a long period of time to different empires. They have different religious expressions of their faith, and most recently, this has expressed itself also in an accentuated linguistic difference. But I, for one, don't point to that as the reason. The reason, it's not about just being able to speak one language or the other, because a lot of Ukrainians are comfortable with both languages, and that's especially true in eastern Ukraine. In western Ukraine, there's more of a rejection of the usage even and acknowledgement of the Russian language. But in eastern Ukraine, they've always been comfortable with both Russian and Ukrainian. But it's more in the sense that Professor Richard Sakwa talks about the distinction between a monistic view of what the country should be, one culture, one people, united in their distinctiveness to their neighbors, versus a pluricultural identity for Ukraine, which allows for multiple cultural identities within an overarching political identity. And that is what the eastern portions of Ukraine have been struggling to have Ukraine become since independence, whereas the leading political forces in western Ukraine have struggled to impose their version of Ukrainian identity over all of Ukraine.